It's 7 o'clock. It's time. 7 o'clock show. How are we doing, right? Oh, what a day. I've got to put the light on. It's not very nice, is it? It's not very nice. A bit grim. A bit grim today. How is everybody? All right. I'm talking to myself at the moment. I'm sure I'll be okay very shortly. Oh, dear. Here we are. Hello, Ian. Hello, mate. You all right? How you doing? Hello, Polly. Hello. I'm getting to know the Russ. I'm getting to know your little icons now. Hello, Arthur. Hello, mate. I was just thinking about you, funny enough. Hello, Oki. Hello, Tara. How you doing, peeps? You all right? How's what day is it? It's Wednesday. It's not Wednesday, is it? What day is it? Is it Wednesday? No, it can't be Wednesday. It must be no, it's Wednesday, isn't it? Christ. Yeah, where you been, Tara? Where you been? You in Tunbridge Wells? We were talking about Tunbridge Wells. My daughter was saying she's meeting up with a friend from Tunbridge Wells. You in Tunbridge Wells or Tunbridge or Sevenoaks? I always get them all mixed up. Hello, Sarah. How you doing? Just speaking to your daughter. How are you all? Hello, Christine. You all right, my love? Your little brother's coming round soon. Hello, Mags. How are you? You all right? You well? You well? Good, 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 good. Out gallivanting. That's a great word, gallivanting. It's very much like your boyfriend's name, in fact. Gallivanting. It's kind of like a... Yeah, you could make it Gavin and Litting. You could make his name up. Hello, Steph. Hello, mate. You all right? Tunbridge Wells, yes. Well, my youngest is meeting a girl. You know, she's going to Oxford. And one of the girls she's going to Oxford with, they're meeting up. She's from Tunbridge Wells. Just so we got talking about you a bit. I thought you were in Tunbridge Wells. Lovely place. Hello, Julie. You all right? How you doing? Thinking about it. Everyone here's... so we've got Tara and Sarah. It's got mum and daughter. We've got Steph and Lauren. We've got Julie and Ian. Nearly all couples, isn't you? Andy's here. Hello, Andy. Hello, mate. You listening with the missus as well? Oki's missus in Italy, so he can't do that. Arthur's probably... Arthur, you with your dad or your grandparents? Where are you, Arthur? Yeah, hello, Loretta. Yeah, I'm not Gerald, actually. You know, I'm actually just Jerry. People do say... Hello, Anne. Hello, Anne. Grandma's on board. Oh, wow. Gavin Lansing, yeah. Hello, Anne. How are you? I feel... Somebody's when you're watching, Anne, I do feel as I've got to mind my P's and Q's a bit when you're watching. Just to explain, Arthur... You all know Arthur. We all know Arthur, don't we? We all come to know and love Arthur. We look after Arthur, don't we? Hello, Andy. We look after... He's our little brother, I think, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? And we've bonded with Arthur. And Arthur just keeps me informed of certain celebrities and their goings on, which is nice. But Arthur is now with his grandmum. Now, I should explain. Arthur's dad, Richard, me and we were good friends growing up. We grew up together. We had some fun times. And loads of love for his mum and dad because it was a small village, you know. Anyway, his mum's watching. And yeah, okay, your mum would know, Anne. Yeah. And she was, the thing is, when that generation watch, I do feel as though I've just got to be a little bit less naughty with the things I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember when my mum tuned in, for example? Do you remember that? That was a strange moment. Do you know, she's never mentioned it. I spoke to her a couple of times since, and she's not once mentioned the day she tuned in, which means she probably disapproved, but felt she couldn't say anything. So, Anne, I'm going to have to say, Anne, yeah, I can't, you know, I don't know what. I'm going to try and just rein it in a little bit. Janice what? Janice what? Janice who? 1960 what? I'm assuming that's your mum, Oggy. I'm assuming your mum is Janice what? I'm going to assume that. 1960 what? 1960. That's Gregory Porter there, actually. She's thinking, yeah, I know, Sarah, she probably is. Well, I feel bad enough, to be honest, that you're here, but I feel, you know, we're sort of closer, if you know what I mean. She was embarrassed. Well, speaking of being too embarrassed, how many people have you killed today, Russell? Can you just let us know how are your numbers? How are your numbers, Russ? For those who don't know, I think most of you do. Russell's our resident serial killer, and he's basically going on a bit of a rampage. Hello, Emma. Where have you been? He's got another sister. Everyone's related today, it would appear. Yeah, so Russell's been on a killing rampage. He hasn't given us the intricate details, which is probably best. Because you can't trust everybody, Russ. You know I'll keep my gob shut, mate. Do you know what I mean? I will take it to the grave, but I can't speak for everybody else, obviously, and those people that have come in late. Here comes a hot stepper, murderer. Yes, Loretta. So, Russ, yeah, just how many people you done in, mate? Just let us know. Have you noticed? I really hate this. See this here? All right? I hate that. A little bit of grey. I hate that. I don't mind it here, there. Just this little bit here. It really winds me up. It's all I can see. So it reminds me of when you're doing a gig, you've got 1,000 people in, 999 are laughing their bollocks off, but that one, so like, right, and he's the one you just concentrate on. He's the one. That's hello, Rick. Hello, mate. You're right. Tell you what, me and Rick, we used to have this thing, right? Arthur's dad used to have this thing we did. I don't know if he remembers. Hello, the wife. And I don't know if Rick remember. Well, Rick will remember. We used to have this thing. It's so childish. We used to do as kids. What we'd do is we'd speak to someone, and we'd get them. We'd pretend we hadn't heard what they'd just said, and then when they repeat it, we'd repeat it back with them. Do you know what I mean? So I know it's like me saying, I don't know. Oh, what time's Coronation Street on? And you would say, oh, it's 7:30. I'd say sorry. And you'd say 7:30, and I would repeat the same thing. So we'd both say 7:30. Now, it doesn't sound funny, but believe me, it was hilarious. Do you remember, Rick? Why was that funny? Why was that funny? But it just bloody was. Loretta, Russell, have a listen. Oh, Christ, Loretta, easy. Don't get too involved, Loretta. Do you know, at the moment, we're just far enough away from the situation at the moment that when it all blows up, we can say, well, look, you know, we're only messing about. But Loretta, you start giving Russell lists, and you're complicit, mate. You're going down with him. Do you know what I mean? At the moment, we're arm's length. Do you know what I mean? We're just far enough away. Yes, we might end up in court, but we'd get away with it. But you start giving him lists, mate. Just saying, you know, don't just stay away because I haven't seen Russell for years, to be honest. But you know, in fact, Russell, I haven't seen you since school, have I? Yes, Loretta. Oh shit, indeed. Just don't give him the list, love. Or if you know, just slip it. Just get rid of this comment, that's all. Do you know what I mean? I feel now you're implicated. And you're getting me involved now, aren't you? Because I brought it up in the first place, Loretta. We were right at first. Schindler's... I was in one of Schindler's lifts the other day. That's besides the point. But, yeah, so Loretta, take it easy, love. Take it easy. So how's everyone been? I'd like to chat a bit, to be honest. I tell you, I've got a lot of competitions to do. I want to chat for a bit. I want to know what you want me to do. I know you can't all tell me. Well done, Loretta. Well deleted. Who hasn't spoken yet? Let's have a look. Tara's spoken. Andy. Emma, what have you been up to? You've been away for a bit. Emma and Polly. Well, Polly's been here. Emma, what have you been up to? Can you share with us why you've been away? We've missed you. I think everyone will agree. We've been saying, where's Emma? Every day I've said, hang on, where's Emma? Polly's there. Where's Emma? That's what we're supposed to get. It's a noise. Stefan Feck, I'm probably on... Trust me, Stefan, if you're on that list, mate, you wouldn't be alive to tell the tale. We both know Loretta's got a little bit of form, don't we? Eh? So if you're on the list, you'd be gone already, mate. You're all right. You're all right. You're safe and sound in your shed. Just don't come out. Don't come out. So, Emma, Loretta, you are Steph. So, Emma, here we go. You keep... Oh, I'm missing you, Emma. You keep missing... You get busy, dear. I don't know what you're up to. You still in Islington? Do you want to say on an open forum? You were in Islington. Did we play Scrabble? Or did I imagine that? I think we did. Did we play Scrabble? I think we did, didn't we? Did you win? Who won? We did play Scrabble. Did we? I think we sort of played a few games and we were like that, weren't we? Were we 50-50 or am I... Or not? Do you remember? Have I got this all bollocksed up? I don't know. Let me know. I want to know. You keep missing me, so you're getting involved in other things, obviously. Do you go to Tolls very much, Emma? It's funny, this little group we've got here now, nearly all of you, with the exception of Sarah and Tara and Andy, I think, with those exceptions, I think you all will be familiar with Tollsbury, won't you? I think I'm right. So, Sarah, Tara and Andy, you really need to make a trip to down to Tollsbury. You're in Haringey, Emma. Oh, okay. Okay, you're working there, I'm presuming. That's an interesting... It's funny, Haringey, because it's one of those places where no one lives. It's a borough, but it's like, you never hear anyone say, oh, I live in Haringey. Do you know what I mean? If you ask people out of London, I bet you ask them to mention areas in London, I bet you none of them, unless they lived there or had somebody live there, would say Haringey, would they? You know what I mean? Is it actually, I mean, I know it's a borough, but it is actually a place as well, isn't it? Yeah, but no one lives there, do they? I have to pop out and say hello. I mean, why would I? I'm just making noise now. I'm just speaking because I've got a mouth. Right, let's move on. Let's talk about this day in history. 1692, 5 people hanged in Salem for witchcraft. I know you didn't ask about my day. I asked about everyone's day, Loretta, so I'm happy to hear it. Let's see. I know you didn't ask about my day, but I got attacked by a giant moth today. It had knees and eyebrows. That sounds like Steph, Loretta. Anyway, did you? It had knees and eyebrows. That was a very big moth. Do you remember when we were kids, we used to call, like, dirty kids moths, didn't we? Do you remember? We used to call them moths. Is that a thing? Was that just us where we lived, or was that a universal thing? people who weren't from where we were, well, basically Sarah, Tara, Andy. Did you call people moths? Was that a thing? Or were you one? I don't know. Not poor people, just, you know, kids, you bit nasty about things. And there was just one thing. It was general. You'd say, oh, you moth. Do you know what I mean? If you're a bit shabby, you say, you moth. That's what we do, you moth. You know. Russell's got moth. That's it, get off the cloth, moth. Yeah, moths. We've got a problem with moths, actually. No, Sarah? Oh, okay. Maybe it was just a Malden thing. Been to Salem. Very witchetty. Very witchy, I mean. Is it, Annie? Well, Salem, Massachusetts, not Salem, the capital of Oregon, of course. Debs, hello, Debs, how are you? Oh, you've been here all the time, haven't you? I saw that dog. Oh, hello. Hang on a minute. Is that Debs? Is that Deb Cummins, as in Tiptree? Debbie Cummins? And if so, Le Cornu, does that mean you're married? Explain yourself. You love Big Moss, do you really? Well, you would, wouldn't you? Oh, hang on. Silence of the Lambs. Oh, Russ. Mass. What's he talking about? Mass. Why are you saying mass, Andy? What was I talking about? Who's that face? There's a face there I don't recognise. Is that, Karen? There's a face there I don't recognise. Face alert. Face I don't recognise alert. Who's that? Is that you, Karen? Karen. Come on, speak up. Who's that? We had a moth problem eating my lovely... Yes, Christine, this is what I was just about to say. We too have had a moth problem. And they nest, don't they, in your carpet. And you go there and they've eaten, haven't they? And they get out and they've ruined so many of my clothes. And bastards, aren't they? Really fucking horrible things. Oh, bastards. They really annoy me, actually. They're rubbish as well, aren't they? Like flies are annoying, but at least they've got a bit about them, you know? Like, you can't... If you're going to catch a fly, you've done well, haven't you? Do you know what I mean? If you get a fly, you feel as though, yeah, I got you. Moths, they're rubbish, aren't they? Oh, got that one. They're rubbish, aren't they? You actually went to Salem, Massachusetts, Andy. What was that like? What were you doing there? You did have to get about, didn't you? What are you doing there? Yeah, mothballs, they smell funny. I've never smelt a mothball, actually, but they always talk about the smell of mothballs. I think our parents' generation probably used them quite a bit, didn't they? But I've never used them, but people talk about the smell of them. Do they smell that bad? I don't know. I've never smelled. Maybe I'll get some. I don't know, but they're a pain. I'm really getting pissed off. Sit there watching telly and they're just fucking, you know, obviously they're coming to the light. They're coming to see little idiots. I've got one of those Zappa things. I've got one of those rackets. I might have told you. Should have brought it with me. Rackets. You press a button. That's quite good fun. But I actually don't like killing things, really. I don't really like killing new living things. Road trip in New England says, hey, no, wow. Careful, don't get up in your wigs and... Don't start about spiders. What's it with you, Russ? You're a very nasty man. Why have you mentioned spiders for? Why have you said that? Because, you know me wigs are here, Russ. That's where I keep me wigs, mate. And you've just mentioned spiders now, and I'm a bit worried now. David Soul went there. He never looked after. Yeah, he did, didn't he? He did, didn't he? Salem's Lot you're talking about, aren't you? Keep your windows closed. Yes, I will, Sarah. I'll keep my windows. That's a fair point. It's been a bit warm, though, isn't it? I haven't got air conditioning because, you know, I'm in England. But it's a fair shout. Keeping the windows closed would obviously solve that problem. Spiders have a wig. It's those little brown buggers. We're still talking about animals. Oh, yeah. That hover over carpet, lay eggs, that's right, around dark places and hatch out when time is... That's exactly what I do. I had mine professionally sprayed, but waste of time. Oh, I'm glad you said that, because I was tempted to do that, Christine. So what's the clue then? What's the key, apart from keeping your windows closed? What do you do? What do we do, folks? This is an issue, isn't it? I mean, you know, and spiders will have them, but then you've got to put up with spiders. I don't like spiders. I'd rather have moths than spiders. I'm not scared of moths. I'm scared of spiders. Apparently, my daughter's bedroom was a massive one, yeah, so I didn't see it. I heard her talking about it, and apparently it was a proper one. I think they're about, imagine, oh, God, no, I don't even want to talk about it. Worries me no end. I'd move, honestly. I would move for that. I'd go to Australia, but for spiders. And the funny thing is, I'm all about nature. You know, I'm a bit of a naturist, or is it naturalist? I think it's probably naturalist, isn't it? I know there's a big difference. Is it quiz time? Do you mean, is it quiz time, Steph? I would be a naturist or a naturalist. I think it's naturalist. But for spiders, basically. Don't buy woolen carpets. I won't. I haven't bought a carpet for years, mate. Hi, Jerry. Tell Paul I went to school with his mum. Remember her well. Oh, and he's seeing it, love. You'll tell him, but I'll say it out loud. Paul, Anne and Clover went to school with your mum. Is that how she remembers her very well? Arthur says in the 1800s. I wouldn't say that. Your mum's got a good right hand on her. I remember that. I don't mind snakes, Russ. I'm all right with snakes. What are you thinking about now, Russell? Are you thinking about new methods of killing people? Look, Russ is on snakes now. He's thought, hang on a minute. Yeah, deadly snakes. Russ, I'm all right with snakes, but, you know, just ease up, will you? Let's move on. Christ. Let's move on. Let's do the first Who Am I, shall we? I'll tell you what, I'll say the first. There's only one. It's going to be tough tonight. I'll tell you what, it's going to be tough tonight. No cheating. It's going to be a tough one. If you get this in a hurry, I'll be very, very impressed. Here we go. I was born in the northwest England in the 1950s. Let me do the accent to help you. I was born in the northwest of England in the late 50s. That was an accent. It's not hers, really, but just tell you as a woman, really. Trying to get on Facebook. Okay, you trying to get your mum on Facebook? Yeah, you should. In fact, I'm not flying again. Snakes. See, I'm getting in with you. I'm in tune with you lot now. Snakes on a plane. I like that. I had a steak today, not on a plane. That's not a snake, I appreciate it's a steak. I'm just saying, I had a steak, not on a plane. It was because eat out to help out. See the advert where it says, what do you miss most about eating out? Did I do this joke the other day? I think I did, didn't I? Stiff neck and jaw and pubes down your throat. Don't listen to that, Anne. Just close your ears for that one. It's not Emma Thompson. That's a very good shout, Ocky. Very good shout, mate. I like your thinking there. Very good shout. It's not Emma Thompson. I'll give you more. I'm probably best known for my role in a celebrated English sitcom. What's that? Come on, guys. Kathleen Jenkins, no, Loretta? Pretty girl, isn't she? Pretty girl. Pretty woman. Pretty woman. Hate that song. Hate Roy Orbison. Not personally, just hate his music. He's not blind, is he? Always thought he was. He's not blind. Don't know why. No. Ruth Maddock. No, Heidi Hay. No, Loretta. Good shout again, though. Good shout. See where you... I don't know, I'll give you the next bit. There was talk of me being a lesbian, although I was married to a man, and this is something I've never verified. Catherine Ahern, no, Caroline Ahern, brilliant Caroline Ahern, by the way. No, rest in peace. Not Jennifer Saunders, not Caroline Ahern. Sad when Caroline Ahern died. Did she commit suicide? She was depressed, wasn't she? Very funny woman. Very, very funny woman. They're all funny women, actually. All these women you've mentioned here. Funny women. Including this one, by the way. Anne Clover, no, Arthur. It's not Anne Clover. I think she was born a little bit before that, Arthur. She will have had to be the mum of Rich. But yeah. Mrs. Merton, that is Caroline Ahern, Loretta. And no. She died of cancer. Oh, did she probably? Yes, she did, mate. Yes, she did. But she did try to commit suicide, didn't she, a few years ago? A few years before she died, obviously. Silly thing to say. But yeah, she did die of cancer, yeah. Well, Arky, for clearing that up for me. Right, I'll give you more. I knew you'd struggle with this one. I'm already there. I'm already at last fucking quiz. Thinking about lesbian. Oh, Arthur, are you mental? Is your dad getting you to say this stuff? For the rest of you don't know what I'm laughing at. Arthur has just said of his grandmother. I think I've got this bit right. When I said the clue about there was talk of me being a lesbian, although I was married to a man, he said his nan. Sorry. That's hilarious, mate. I can't wait to see you, mate. You'll get a big fucking handshake. No, not fucking flipping. Get a big old hug from me when we can. Haircuts. Which haircuts for? Your nan got fucking hell. And the final clue. In my most popular role, I played a member of the royal family. Got no more clues, so you better get it. Shall I go over everything again? I was born in the northwest of England. No, Oggy. Good shout, though. I know. I get them mixed up a little bit, funny enough. Kathy Staff. God, last of summer wine? No. So I was born in northwest of England in the 1950s. My film debut... Oh, I didn't say that bit, sorry. My film debut was in 1985, where I played a woman, a notorious woman from recent history. It's quite good. Her first big film role, she played a notorious woman from relatively recent history. Probably best known for my role in a celebrated English sitcom. Probably certainly in my top 5 British sitcoms. Definitely. So I reckon in my top 5, I would say The Office, Extras, Only Fools and Horses, 40 Towers, and this. What am I missing? There's talk of me being a lesbian. You might not know about this, but there was talk. I thought she was a lesbian because they did say that. She was living with a woman, you see. She was married. Then she was living with a woman. There was talk, I was sure she was a lesbian, but I read up on it earlier. No, not Sue Johnson, not Liz Dawn. Sitting next to her, he'll soon be off. And sitting next to you, I think he'll soon be off. I think we'll soon be off. I'm not sure if we'll see Arthur again. Arthur, it was lovely knowing you, mate. No, not Victoria Wood. I'm still alive, by the way. My most popular role, I played a member of the royal family. My most popular role. And when I say member of the royal family, think of, probably one of the most, yeah, the member I played, right, in this sitcom, right, I played a member of the royal family, and the member of the royal family I played, I reckon it's one of the most depicted royals on screen of all time, I would suggest. One of the most. I'm not sure, probably the most is probably Henry VIII, I reckon. That's my guess. But I played one of the most depicted royals. Oh, Ocky's in the house. Miranda Richardson. How did you get it, Oggy? Which clue was it? Don't say Wikipedia. Which clue was it that got not Helena Bonham Carter, Sarah, but good shout. It was Miranda Richardson, folks. So Queenie, I was talking about Queenie, wasn't I? When she played Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth in Blackadder, which is the sitcom I was talking about. And the notorious woman from recent history is Ruth Ellis. I believe was she the last woman to be hanged? Was she hanged? Certainly the last one to receive capital punishment, wasn't she? So yes. Yeah, Blackadder, yeah. Blackadder! My boy's in Africa to see a snake up a tree. Ask the guide about it. So not to worry about it. If it bites you, you'll be dead, so don't worry about it. Christ. Bloody hell, that's nice. Nice story, Russ. Thanks for that. Yeah, that's my next holiday sorted out. Not Africa. Right, anyway, so it's Miranda Richards. Well done, Ox. Well done, mate. I think you've got the last 3 of these, haven't you, mate? Right, okay, let's move on, because we're knocking on tonight. I'm going to do the, let's do the film, actually, first. Let's do the film. It's funny, actually, because if it wasn't for a few of you, I could do a clue. I can't do it because there's only a few of you wouldn't get it at all, but most of you would, which is a bit of a clue in itself, but not to those who wouldn't get it. So shut up, Jerry. So anyway, I've got it. Yeah, okay, got it. Here's the film, guys. Hey, so listen, so I signed for Everton when I was about 15, and my first game was against Arsenal. And I stuck one in the top right-hand corner against the Gunners. And after that, I gained real fame. And then I signed for Man United for big money. And I became their leading scorer. And, I love old women, that. And I married, who did I marry? I forgot I married, what's her name? I married somebody. She wasn't famous before she married me. Doesn't matter. So, what I mean? Like the fat-faced love grandmas. What's the film? It's not Football Factory. It's not Bend It Like Beckham. It's going. Russell Samuels in the house. Russell Samuels. Just picture, Loretta. Right, it was Wayne's World. That was me doing an impression of Wayne Rooney. That was Wayne's Rooney is a twat. That was Wayne's World. When I'm Russ, I'm glad he got it, because I was a bit worried about him. That should cheer him up for long enough to put him off killing a few people. When I'm Russ, Wayne's World. Right. Now, poem time, isn't it? Poem time, folks. So the poem is Knickers, and Gillian's not here. Gillian, who picked it, isn't here tonight. I should have maybe reminded her earlier on. That's a shame. It's a shame when people pick the poem on it to hear it. But she'll tune in later, I suppose. She could be working. So Gillian, who picked it, is also a Scouser, by the way. She and I met in Turkey about, 6 years ago, maybe. And she was like, she was a resident, she's a musician. She plays the sax, and she used to, like, so we had this hotel, it's all-inclusive hotel, and they sort of gave her this bar. It was her bar to do what she liked with, and she used to put on, she'd just play sax, and would have a karaoke. I did tell you, so I told you about that northern couple where the guy sang Islands in the Stream. Anyway, Gillian, wonderful person, really lovely gal. But anyway, she picked this poem, it's Knickers, and she's not here to hear it, but here we go. Knickers or drawers, you find them in the drawers. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Some of them deserve a round of applause. Others are just a comfort, of course. G-string, T-string, they've all got the letters. In my opinion, the less fabric, the better. But I'm not wearing them. It's not up to me. Though if you're asking my opinion on lingerie, I'd say they're important for wearer or viewer. Nice if they're old, but better if they're newer. Lacy looks good and silky for the touch. French are very sexy, bloomers not so much. Launder them correctly and hang them on the line. I've noticed that my neighbour has had her eyes on mine, looking at my boxers with envy in her eyes, whilst looking at her husband's that flap around his thighs. But knickers are the best, better than a vest, whether sitting on the hip bone or up around the chest. When it comes to underwear, they're better than the rest. Tight socks, knickerbox, there's so much interest in the potential promise more to come as they stand on guard efficiently and envelope your bum. And they're not just for practicals, they can also be some fun. You, me, her over there, almost everyone. Some are even edible. You can put them in your mouth. What a lovely surprise as you make your way down south. And Summers, what a shop. They've got it all in there. Red, blue, yellow, green and patterned underwear. Spotless, crotchless, ornamental keys. I'll wait till no one's watching and I'll have a pair of these. Victoria has a secret that you're not allowed to tell. But if you've not got cash, they're in Primark as well. So your knickers are for everyone, not just for the rich. You can get them now in Aldi if you've got nothing about... Sorry, I misread my own line there. I'll come back, sorry. See, knickers are for everyone, not just for the rich. You can get them even from Aldi if you're not bothered about the stitching. Next to the fruit and veg, nowhere near the fish. Just by the camping stuff, near the Pyrex dishes. Yes, knickers are attainable no matter who you are, from Land's End to John O'Groats, as far as Zanzibar. They garnish the entree and add a touch of mystique. As far as I can remember, us boys, we like to sneak up behind the girls to have a little peek. But I caught and got detention one week. But for our inquisitive nature, we could not be blamed, and although detention could not herald or tame, the majesty of knickers will always be the same, and the ever-unsolved mystery of what it is they frame. So remember, the next time you find yourself indoors and you make your selection from most important of your drawers, you might be just going to work or shopping at the mall, but it might not just be you who sees them after all. Dad said, can you remember the song you sung about Rolly? Sorry, knickers, folks. Knickers, do you like that song? Do you like that? Can I remember the song I sang about Rolly? Right, folks, let me explain. Rolly was in the village. I don't know, is he still around? Rolly was in the village. Now, when we were kids, well, he probably still, I don't even know if he's alive anyway, but he was a massive guy. He was probably about 5'9", I suppose, but he weighed in 20 stone plus, more than that. Massive. He'd walk around the bridge, and we were little kids, so we'd tease him. He was older than us, you know, and he couldn't catch us, obviously. But what he did do, he could projectile vomit. So if you got close enough to him, he would manage somehow to projectile vomit in your direction. That was his party trick. Fuck me, he's Oggy's cousin. Jesus Christ. Sorry, Oggy. Well, apparently I used to sing a song about him, but I don't remember it. Rich, can you tell Arthur, get your dad just to remind me of the words or anything about it. I've got a vague recollection. But just remind me, if you can remember any bit of it, Rick, tell me. I'd love to sort of bring that to memory. Right, it's quiz time. We're going to do the intros again, folks, because that was a bit of fun, wasn't it? So you've just got to name the year. So I think about who's doing it? Name the year. Name the year. Yeah, got it right. Okay. Hiram Scarum, George Fat Guts. Hiram Scarum. Emma, Harum, Scarum, George Fat Guts. His mum and your nan were cousins. Pretty old, Paul. You got a lot of, I was going to say inbreeding. I don't mean inbreeding, obviously. A lot of interweaving going on in the village there. Because obviously, I thought you were related to Simon Ollie. Were you just friends or were you related to him as well? There's a lot going on there. Anyway, it's time for the songs. So let me just pull this up. I think we're all ready. So you've just got to guess the year, folks. So I'm going to play 5 tracks. Guess the year. Yeah. Guess the year. Just wait until the end, though. I'm going to play 5 tracks and wait until the end, right? Here we go. Bloody hell. Song this one. Going to the end, doggy. It's my microphone. This is a long intro, this one, because I didn't realise how long it took to get into it. You took a pedestal and put me on it. Wait until the bleed minute. Wait until they're finished. Stop guessing. Don't get me wrong. Right. Right, what did I say about Ollie? I said, don't go, Claire. How are you? Well, anyway, it was 1986. Oggy got it. Oggy got it again. Blimey, I told you to wait, didn't I? Couldn't wait, could you? So impatient, the liar. Well on Oggy, closely followed by Claire Robinson. Claire, hello. How are you? You didn't say hello. I didn't know you were here. How you doing? Claire's joined us, folks. What can I tell you about Claire? It was 1986, folks. And the songs were The Final Countdown, and I can't sing them. My favourite one of those, Different Corner, George Michael. I can't sing it. 3 was The Lights Are On, but no one's home. Your mind is not your own. Addicted Love, Robert Palmer, of course. 4 was I'm in the middle of a chain reaction, Diana Ross. And 5 was, of course, Don't Get Me Wrong, Pretenders. So, well done, folks. It was 1986. Claire's on board. What can I tell you about Claire? Claire and I used to work together. God, 1990. And Claire at that time dated, God, I can't believe I forgot his name, Claire. Matt Brown. Now, you lot think, who's Matt Brown? Matt Brown went on to quite a lot of TV fame, didn't he, Claire? He went on to host, was he host the first Love Islands, the very first Love Islands? I think he hosted, didn't he? Am I right? But he was big time at one point, wasn't he? And then he just disappeared from our screens. Anyway, Claire and I have been friends ever since, and now she's married and lives down in Gloucestershire. Lovely little place. I must come down and visit, Claire. Lovely little place, in lovely little village with her husband and 2 beautiful children, beautiful daughters. And yeah, I hope you well. I hope your daughter's diabetes, was it diabetes? It was okay. I think it was diabetes. Anyway, I hope you're well. Good to see you. So yes, it was 1986, folks. So well done, Ocky, and well done, Claire, for slipping the back door, as it were. But not well done the rest of you. You started guessing before I finished. I did make it very clear, didn't I? Rules aren't there to be broken always. Music lyrics were all right, Loretta. All right. Next time, Fridays will be a music lyrics quiz. All right. Music lyrics. So I will. How are we going to do that? Because no, I'm just doing one. Is it? I'll do maybe three lyrics that you can guess. Do it that way. It's all fun, isn't it? Eh? It's all fun. Right. We're nearly there, aren't we? Nearly there. A few more facts before I go about today. Spain and France signed an anti-British alliance. Get them. Oh, this is interesting. Don't go. This is interesting. Yes, he did, Oggy. Yeah. Sorry, Sarah. I haven't quite finished some facts. I just want to share this fact with you. Because Wins, which is a radio station, Wins Radio in the States, announced it will not play what they called copyright cover versions. They played Ain't It a Shame by Fats Domino and they refused to play the Pat Boone version. That was in 1955. Wasn't that wonderful of them? No, I'm serious. A radio station stood up and said, no, we're playing... Because in those days, they would not play black songs. They'd only play the white covers. But so that was brilliant. In 1967, All You Need Is Love was number one. The only reason I brought that up was I was going to ask you what your favourite Beatles song is. But I'm going to do that on Friday. All right? So remember that. I'm going to think about that. 96, I won as well. One is all answered before you finished. Well, you quite, yeah, you could. Well, I think Claire sort of got in at the end, Stefan, just, mate. But you got a point, Steph. You have got a point. They were very naughty, Stefan. There is no prize, as happens, so doesn't matter. But don't do that again, Oggy. Then the head start as my computer is. He means that as well. He actually means that. I know he does. Right, it's time to book, isn't it? It's time for Pearl. Got a bit of Pearl. And then it's off to the Din-Dins. Oh, hang on a minute. I can't smell any. Is it because we went out for lunch, so there's no Din-Dins? I bet you. Yeah. Rush, you've got a lot on your mind, mate, to be fair. Can't smell any dinner. That's a worry, isn't it? Right, here we go. Life of Pearl. Okay, Sarah, I'm doing Life of Pearl. But I know you're not bothered about Pearl. I know this. I know this to be a fact. See you Friday, Sarah. Will Mia be around? Because I've not been doing Saturdays. I've missed Mia. Missed her. I think it is Paul. Yeah, I don't mind, to be honest. I'm not even hungry, to be honest. I don't want to say it. Right, here we go. Life of Pearl. Blimey, I've written more than I thought. Here we go. The crew were all in need of refreshment, so on the way to Neptune, they decided to stop off on Mars. Only one of them had ever left Earth before, so it was up to Elgin to show them the ropes. Mars was a bit like Clifton-on-Sea during off-season, but busier and not as cold. It was known for the quality of its service stations, so this seemed like a good place to dock. No, I know you dock. It wasn't uncommon for other space people to stop off there, so it was quite busy with astronauts, cosmonauts and the cast of Hollyoaks. There were about 100 concessions, selling everything from Kentucky Fried Herring to antique celebrity underwear. Pearl was particularly interested in picking up some crocodile shoes for her nights out on Neptune. They were sold out because apparently Jimmy Null and his mates had been by the previous week, and they didn't get a new delivery until the following Thursday. So instead, she bought herself a pair of high-heeled socks, some hold-up earrings and a pair of diamante trousers, complete with pockets, leg holes and chamomile cuffs. While she was shopping, Brendan was busy chatting up the girl at Strictly Donuts. She was just his type, hourglass face, legs that went up to her kidneys, and an arse you could crack a coconut with. He took her number, but he knew it was unlikely he'd see her again because she lived on another planet called the US of A. All the others were scattered hither and thither, some playing veg machine, some eating, and a couple in the kissing booth with Derek Nimoy and Harvey Winegums. When they'd all done, they hopped back into the rocket and strapped in for the next leg of the journey. However, they were about 3,000 light years away when Pearl realised she'd forgotten to get a receipt. She needed it for tax purposes, so reluctantly they turned the craft around and went back. 22 years later, they were back at the services, and fortunately for Pearl, her receipt was sat waiting for her by the Mexican franchise Arriba Arriba. A kindly passerby from Saturn had seen her drop it and left it there just in case. She popped it under her left breast where she kept all her receipts and made her way back to the rocket where everyone was waiting eagerly to get back into the sky. So folks, that's it. That's the latest instalment. Fucking instalment. Listen, you've been wonderful as always. Thanks for popping in. I'll be back on Friday night. I will be back on Friday. I've got a gig on Saturday in Lincoln. Feel a bit about it. It's been a long time. But anyway, guys, yeah, that's what I thought, Sarah. I'll try and fit her in, as it were. Guys, I'm off. I will see you on Friday. Have lovely days, and as always, thanks for playing, and thanks for the socks. Yes, see you. And thanks for the coffees as always. Laters. Bye bye.